Number one, and this one goes out for people that feel like their shots are not hitting where they should hit it. And that's because Battlefield has bloom, aim down sight bloom. This means even if you aim your weapon directly at the target and shoot, your bullets are not necessarily going where your sight is actually showing. And the longer you hold down the trigger, the worse it gets, the worse your bullets deviate from the middle. This differs from weapon to weapon. Some weapons have more blooms, some weapons have less blooms, especially LMGs with their large magazine. You can kind of see where all the bullets are not actually even going to the middle of the red dot. Don't worry, there are actually two ways to deal with this so your shots are exactly hitting where you want them to hit. Number one will be shooting in burst. You're going to go for brrt, 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 brrt. There are little stops in between. We're talking about minuscule stops. Now, you're not going brrt, brrt. It's more like remove your trigger for a very short second and then keep on bursting. Problem with doing those burst shots is that you get this initial recoil. So your gun goes up a little bit, right? From the initial recoil, and it goes like brrt, brrt, brrt. Be aware of that as you're bursting. The second method would be tap firing. For this, you need to be really nimble and agile with your finger. I am not full autoing right now, okay? I'm going to be tap firing. And this is probably the most precise, accurate way of shooting the gun, but it's going to wear out your finger quite a lot. That being said, you really do shoot pretty much right there where you actually want to shoot without much bloom or any happening. Now for me personally, if a target is close, bloom doesn't really matter. I'm holding down. The further the enemy goes away, the more I tend to go into that tap fire mode, as you really need every bullet to count and you don't want to run out of your magazine. And before you ask now, does recoil control actually help with bloom? Because we can get more recoil control on our gun here. You can put on this grip, 100 out of 100 attachment points. Nice. I get better recoil now. What recoil in this case helps with is that initial burst I talked about. Notice how I can now burst without my gun going very much up? That's nice, ain't it? Hell, even for the tap fire, we're more accurate than ever, just laser beaming. Number two, and this one is going to go out to our friends that like sniping. We have a whole video on sniping, by the way, on the channel, and that would be using your automatic rangefinder. Right now, the gun is zeroed on 100 meters. So if I aim on 100 meters and I aim for your head, then I will 100% hit your head. But what if you're actually 200 meters away or 150 meters? Then you're going to customize your gun and you're going to be putting on here, front attachment, the rangefinder. It costs you 10 points. You get a 100 points, so be aware of that. If you now aim on the target and hold your zero button, don't tap it. Nope, that will just change your zeroing in 100 increments. Now you're going to hold it. Well, zero it for 115 meters, boom, headshot. That guy here, zeroed for 106 meters, boom, headshot. Zeroed for 100, obviously. Doing this now out in the wild will always have you at the perfect value to then just align the halo around the enemy's head. And yes, I do recommend that 5-time sight because it's just put the circle around them and boom, dome, headshot, easy life. As we're here in the gunsmith, another interesting thing. I'm going to go for my favorite AR, the AK-205. And you get all the stats on the side. It shows you the damage, rate of fire, mag, even the headshot damage multiplier. And that's what you should be paying attention to, because that headshot damage multiplier can be influenced with different bullets. Now, the bullets have various descriptions. Basic military grade ammunition with standard penetration, abundant civilian ammunition that expands on impact, improved headshot damage, and then greatly improved headshot damage. But there seems to be no downside to actually using this, apart from it costing 30 points. 100 out of 100, 30 points gone. Now, since the AK is an absolute laser beam, having a 210 multiplier or a 1.35 multiplier is quite significant. In close quarters, we get that 18 body shot damage. And on the headshot, we actually have 35 right now. That's only 3 shots for a kill. On the further ranges, you get the 15 body shot, and then the headshot is actually 30 damage. So it will go up to 4 shots. And then if we go even further out, it's 30. And back on this one, it would be 29. And all the way biggity back, it's 29 still. The ammunition pretty much turns this into a 3 to 4 shot laser beam. And without the synthetic tip, just the full metal jacket. The headshot damage is only 24. And on the next target, we're sitting at 20. 20 is 5 shots to kill on the head. Sure, your body shot damage is the same, but getting that huge boost of headshot bonus damage, especially when you're hitting on range, especially when they're head glitching, is so much worth it. Obviously, if you suck at headshotting, this is not important for you at all, and you should choose a different gun, because the bonus damage doesn't apply to all of them. The M417, for example, with the second bullet gets improved ADS and movement speed, and the third one is only giving you more headshot damage. While on the standard M4, we're only getting bullet penetration and a bit more recoil, and then you get improved ADS and movement speed again with bonus penetration. Choose your weapon according to your playstyle. You're a body shooter? Fantastic, M4. But you like to actually hit those headshots? Think about the AK. Next up, we got 4 classes in Battlefield, going from Assault, Engineer, Support, and Recon. And each of them has a signature gadget, weapon, and trait. In case of the Assault, you get an adrenaline injector, your assault rifles draw out faster, and you have better sprint recovery, and you have soft landing, reduces fall damage. And then on top of this, you also do have your field specs. The 0 is always active, negates movement speed penalty when aiming downside and moving, and the other ones unlock throughout the match. For me personally, the best one has turned out to be the Recon, and that has many reasons. First and foremost, I love the throwable. You pop, throw them out, and absolutely wreak havoc. You need a building destroyed, a wall gone, you want to have line of sight, just destroy it. You want to get a tank down, everything just gets demolished. Then the signature gadget is a motion sensor. You plop that down as you play King of the Hill or wherever, and it actually shows you enemies around you as they're moving. If they're crouching or proning, they won't be detected, but most people just rush around. And the signature weapon is your sniper. Okay, that's nice. You rechamber quicker between shots. But the most important thing is the auto spot. Looking at hostiles while in ADS marks them as spotted. Very useful as you're just aiming down with whatever gun, even at a smoke. If you see them, they instantly get the marker on top. I've been just racking people with that auto spot the easiest. And on top, your field specs with snipers make enemies unrevivable. If you shoot them in the torso, they actually get a red outline even behind walls and you see them. And generally speaking, your auto spotting is just improved. Plus, you get a UAV that you can call with 6 to reveal all your enemies. And we talked about bloom at the beginning of the video, and you might already be tap firing and burst firing. But there's something that actually makes bloom even worse, and that's you not standing still as you're shooting. It might be used from other shooters that when you shoot, you strafe around, and when you shoot, you actually keep moving, so you're not such an easy target, or you spam crouch, or you do whatever, right? High Call of Duty. In Battlefield, you're actually supposed to be standing still if you want to hit your shots. We clarified that bloom exists, and if I stand still, well, I'm an actual good laser beam, and there's not much blooming happening. Now, if I though shoot, and I move to the left and the right while I'm shooting, the bloom gets significantly worse. Look where my bullets are going. When I'm shooting straight, and they're pretty much going in the middle, well, that's actually kind of nice. But as soon as I go left and right, they're deviating like crazy. So if your enemy is shooting at you from the distance, and you're shooting at him from the distance, well, the top thing you could do is crouch up and down, sure, to avoid some shots. But you don't want to wiggle left and right. No, you're going to stand still and you're going to blast away at him. Please, for the love of God, do me that favor. Ladies and gentlemen, any other things you'd like to share with the community, put them in the description below. And if you want the whole sniping video, I get it up for you. Enjoy and have a fantastic good day.